The games that Halfbrick have made over the years reflect the people that we had at Halfbrick. And a lot of them are old school gamers. So they grew up playing the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Mega Drive. I won't hold anything against the Mega Drive players. Over the years, Halfbrick released a lot of games on the App Store. And during that time, changes to the App Store meant that we couldn't support or keep all of those games up there. So we had to remove games that were super popular with our fans. All this time, fans have been wanting those games to come back. And I had this somewhat ambitious idea about bringing all of that back catalog content back, but wrapping it up in a mobile game subscription service. Halfbrick Plus is available worldwide in a very early version. We wanted to get that out into people's hands so they could start reliving their childhood memories. So right now, while we're testing Halfbrick Plus and rolling it out, everything is free. But eventually, we're going to have to charge for it. And that's when it'll become a paid subscription service for mobile games. When we do charge, we're going to do it in a reasonable, meaningful way. We don't want to offend our players or make it inaccessible because the cost is too high. But while it's free, enjoy it, give us your feedback, help us shape this service so that we can keep doing what we love doing, which is just making pure premium games for our players. When I think about Halfbrick Plus, I have to go back in Halfbrick's history and think about what we've been through. If you want to go way back to the start of the early days of Halfbrick, it was 3 or 4 people in the basement of a house that we were renting in Red Hill. We had no idea what we were doing. No one had ever been in a games company, but I think that was our saving grace. The fact that we didn't have a way of making games imprinted onto us allowed us to find our own path. And then the only thing we had to fall back on is what we wanted to achieve and what we believed. Like at the end, we wanted to make sure we made great things for the players. And we were very good at making those games because we loved those games. We grew up with those games and we were passionate about those games. The first system that my brother and I got was a NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. We played the hell out of Super Mario Brothers. And just playing that game day in, day out for hours at a time, it just sort of struck a chord. Some developer somewhere in the world has created this amazing experience for me. I've got so much out of it. I want to be able to do the same thing. I wanted to create the kinds of experiences that would capture somebody's attention, for a long period of time, that they would fall in love with and that they'd get as much out of it as they put in, actually more. Why am I still making games today? I ask myself that question quite often. Spoilers, I love making games. Actually, I don't make games anymore, but I love being involved in the process of making games. I love playing the games, and I love looking for those things that make games great. Control and game feel was always the biggest thing for me. How things react, how they're simulated, and that attention to detail and polish. I really love helping teams get their games to that level. That's why I'm still making games. We started out making Game Boy Advance games and working on consoles. And then mobile came along and we rode that wave to great success. And what I see Halfbrick Plus enabling us to do is to get back to our roots of just making pure premium games that are just about fun, not about anything else. There's only so long I can read comments about people saying, hey, Colossatron was part of my childhood, or Age of Zombies, I love that game, or Fish Out of Water, where is it? And I look at reviews every day and I see this every day. So eventually it's like, let's give our players what they want.